Today I will be reading to you a story from the Bible Story, Volume 8, titled Lepers Cleansed. Did you ever stop to think that though Jesus was always mixing with sick people, he never got sick himself? Tired, yes, but not sick. We never read of him having the mumps or the measles or chicken pox or COVID-19 or anything like that. He was like a fountain of life, pouring forth health, strength, and happiness to others. I am come that they might have life, he said once, and that is what he was giving away all day long and every day. That is why people flocked to him by hundreds and thousands. They wanted to be well and strong, and here was someone who knew the secret. Better than any doctor, he was able to cure the worst diseases, and quickly too. No sickness seemed too hard for him. Not even leprosy. In those days, nothing frightened people more than the thought of catching leprosy. Those who caught it had to leave their houses and villages and live with other lepers wherever they could find shelter. And there they gradually got worse and worse until they died. One day, a leper, seeing Jesus in the distance, forgot all the rules about staying away from other people and came running toward him. "Get away! Get away!" I can hear the bystanders crying as they moved back, scared to death. "Get out of here! You're a leper! You're unclean!" But Jesus did not move. Instead, he stood there, looking down in tender pity upon the poor, sick man, now on his knees before him. "If you will, you can make me clean," cried the leper, and the cry came from his heart. Then, what do you suppose Jesus did? He touched the leper, saying, "I will be clean." He could have merely spoken to the leper, but he did more. He touched him. The people around must have been shocked. They wouldn't have touched a leper for all the money in the Roman Empire. One touch might have made them lepers too. But Jesus was unafraid. Life poured from him onto the poor leper, making him whole. The very moment Jesus spoke, the leprosy departed from him, and he was cleansed. Some time later, when Jesus was passing through Samaria, he came across 10 lepers who stood afar off, afraid to come near him. No doubt they had heard that he had healed other lepers, and so they cry out at the top of their voices, "Jesus, Master, have mercy on us!" It was their one great chance for help, and they were not going to miss it. Jesus heard their cry and turned toward them. His heart of love was saddened by their pitiful plight. "Go, show yourselves to the priests," he said to them. It was a strange thing for him to say, but they understood. No leper could ever come back into society unless the priests said he was cured. So, what Jesus had said to them meant that they would be cured by the time they got to the priests. They took Jesus at his word and started off. No doubt they kept looking at each other to see whether any change was taking place. And then it happened. Suddenly, all the horrible white spots on them disappeared. Their half-rotted flesh became clean and whole. Their spoiled features were restored just as they had been in days gone by. "I'm healed!" cried one. "So am I!" cried another. And I!" cried the rest, as they began running to the nearest place where a priest might be found. Jesus watched them go. Then, to his great joy, he saw one of them turn around and come running back to him. Falling at Jesus' feet, this man, a Samaritan, cried, "Thank you, Master! Thank you!" Jesus was pleased. It was good to find somebody so grateful. Turning to the people standing by, he said, "Were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the other 9? Why didn't they come back and say thank you too?" It just shows that Jesus notices things like this. Let us be sure to thank him for all the goodness he does for us.